हेलो माय डियर फ्रेंड्स एंड स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू माय चैनल किड्स लर्निंग क्लासरूम स्टाइल में शिखा और आप सबको मेरा जय श्री श्याम। हमने अभी तक अडेप्टेशन टू हैबिटेट एंड अडेप्टेशन फॉर फूड कवर कर लिया है in our topic adaptation in plants, and we have already discussed about adaptation for protection. So what are the various ways the animals adapt, the animals do to protect themselves from predators, the animals who kill other animals for their own food. So adaptation for protection can be classified into the animals who firstly they have either strong leg, or they are too big, or their skin is too thick that protects, that automatically protects them from being killed by other animals. Then by camouflage, it means the color of the animal's body is similar to that of the surrounding in which they live. So what happens when any predators they come in that particular surrounding, they are not able to differentiate between the surrounding and their prey. So therefore the animals get saved and mimic or imitate other animals. So this is basically a special characteristics which few animals have, wherein they try to behave as their predators, so that the predators don't identify them and make them as their prey or food. Today we will cover these in details along with the notes. So let's get started. And my dear students, if you have missed any of the sessions of this chapter, adaptation in plants, do complete your notes, do revise your notes, because it will be very good if you guys are with me. I don't go so fast. That's why I try to cover one particular topic in one video, just for you guys to spend 20 to 25 minutes of your time learning science. And if you will be with me, be with me in the sense, be the as much as I have covered, if your notes are up to date, if you have revised that, so then it will not be difficult for you to complete or to prepare for your exams, which I think will be due very soon, will be coming very soon by next month, by most of the grades, and even for the boards, because I think be it a CBSE and ICSE, the exams should either be in this month and or in the September month. Yes, and the chapters, my dear students, as in when whatever I remember, as in when I'm covering it. Therefore, just not to miss any of my videos, the science topic or the English grammar one, do subscribe it, like the videos, and share with your friends and families. And whenever you are watching my video, do take a notebook and a pen or a pencil to make proper notes. Yes, so let's get started. So here, animals with strong leg, animals with thick skin, animals which are big in size. So first, long leg means the animals who have long leg, they can run very fast. So the examples are deer. If you would have seen, my dear students, in many of the geographic channels, when cheetah or tiger they come to attack the deers, they run very very fast. Why? Because they have very long strong leg, their legs are very strong. Similarly, if you see frogs, even they have a strong leg that help them to move fast when they see or when they feel any predator is approaching or nearing them. Yes, some animals like frog and deer move very fast so to escape from predators. Animals and thick skin. So here this thick skin is not to protect themselves, it doesn't have a significance in terms of protection from the predators, but animals like camel, elephant, they have thick skin to protect themselves from extreme heat. So animals like elephant have thick skin to protect themselves from heat. Similarly, animals like elephant, hippopotamus, and whale are too big in size. Hence, they cannot be easily eaten by their predators. So since these animals are very big, they don't have to fear being caught by their predators, or killed by them, because the carnivorous animals, they don't chew it. They basically catch their prey, they kill them, and they eat it. And that eating is basically, in large portions. So therefore, the animals who are big in size, they don't fear from being caught by a predator and killed by them. Yes. Similarly, the next is camouflage. So what is camouflage? So this means that some animals body color matches with the surrounding. For example, here if you will see this chameleon, my dear students, so if this chameleon is staying, though this chameleon has a special characteristic wherein it body color changes depending on the place it is residing, it is surviving. If it is in some trees with green leaves, the body color will be green. If it's there in places where which is too woody, the color will be automatically will change to brown. So if any predators approach, they are not able to identify chameleons. Similarly, the Arctic fox, they stay in places where it's extreme cold, it's snowy, it's completely white. So when the surrounding is white, any predator cannot identify Arctic fox because they are also white in color. This leaf insect, my dear students, if you will see this insect, if this insect sits on any leaf, we as an individual, we will also not be able to identify. So similarly, the predators, when they also come to look for their prey, they're unable to identify, and this is a special characteristic that some animals have, got to protect themselves from their predators. So the main the main reason why these animals have this, just to protect themselves. Yes. Some animals are difficult to spot because their body color is similar to their environment, and this is known as camouflage. Animals like grasshopper, owl also, my dear students, if you will see, what does owl generally stays in the trees. So there it makes a hole and there it stays. So owl body color is somewhat around somewhere brown color. So therefore, if any predator is coming, they may not be able to identify if on the tree there is an owl or not, because the owl changes or hide themselves in such a way that the difference between their body and the branches or the barks is not able to be differentiated. And frog blend well with their surroundings, hence can escape their predators. Some animals like chameleon change their body color to blend with the surroundings and thus remain camouflage. So there are basically two things in camouflage. One, that their skin color, their body color is similar to that of the surrounding, and animal, the one which we know is chameleon, who has that characteristic to change their body color to blend with the surrounding. And the third is mimic or imitate other animals. So what is mimic or imitate? Mimic or imitate means that some animals, they try to behave like other animals who are basically their predators, means the animals who eat the small animals. So here some animals mimic or imitate other animals for protection. It is a fascinating phenomenon where one species evolved to resemble another species or surrounding in their environment to gain a survival advantage. And why do they do this? To gain survival, to be able to survive is the reason why these animals mimic like their predators. Yes. And the other thing is, by mimicking animals, they can deter, means they can run away from their predators, and they can themselves attract prey. So here are few here are few animals who mimic. So basically these are mimic animals. So these are viceroy butterfly, anglerfish, robber fly. Yes, so these moths, caterpillars. So these are various animals who mimic other animals. And the reason being, the thing is that as we humans, we do all possible way to protect ourselves, because everyone desire to live. So similarly, the animals also being a living thing, they also want to survive. So to survive, for their survival, they try to adapt to these various characteristics, these various things that can protect themselves from their predators, their enemies who will kill and eat them. So the example I have shown for the animals who mimic. So basically here the main example of this mimic is moth. Moth caterpillars mimic a snake in order to defend itself. So it's a moth caterpillar who mimics like a snake to defend himself from being caught. Yes. So here we finish our habitat for protection, and now we will do habitation and behavior. So what is habitation and behavior? Behavior means to adapt to a particular surrounding, a particular environment. What changes I can get in myself, in my behavior, to be able to survive. For example, we would have heard about that bears, when there is too much extreme cold in the regions that they stay, what did they do? They go for long winter sleep. Yes, since it's extreme cold and they are unable to bear that extreme cold weather conditions, what do? They go on long sleep. Similarly, when there is extreme hot weather conditions, and what do animals do? They again go for summer sleep. They reduce their activities during that period of time to protect themselves from harsh weather conditions. Yes. So the example of winter sleep is called hibernation, my dear students. Summer sleep is called aestivation. Yes. So hibernation is winter sleep. So this is basically what? So this is winter sleep, and this is aestivation, is summer sleep. So the example of hibernation will be bear, frog, lizard. And when they wake up once the winter season is over. And the animals like crocodile or lungfish, they rest for long hours basically. So they take rest for long hours in a shady environment, or in some cool places, to protect themselves from the harsh weather. And they also slow down their activity. So basically they'll be resting for long hours just to protect themselves from the extreme heat. Then migration. So what is migration? Generally, migration is moving from one place to another, is a general meaning of migration. How does it apply to the animals? Is again when there are extreme winter season in some of the regions, when it's too much of winter season, the birds or the animals, they are unable to find food. It's difficult for them to find food for survival. So what they do, then they start moving to places where it's a summer season, and there they can find food to eat. So and also since birds and animals, it's that they find the shortage of food and the climatic conditions being harsh, so they start moving. They leave their original home and they move to a different region, which is migrating, means leaving your own home and moving to another place to find things for their survival. And what are the things? So they are food, then suitable climatic conditions, water. So for these reasons they move. The example is, I will explain to you in detail the example of migration in my next video with pictures. So once the winter season or summer season gets over, these birds or animals again come back to their home. So this movement of animals from one region to another according to the season of the year is known as migration. And there are many animals and birds who do this when the climatic conditions in the places where they stay are extremely harsh for them to survive. We'll take the notes of this, my dear students, in the next session, and we will also cover what we will cover. Yes, we'll discuss about animals in danger. So let's have a quick I'll explain to you what does that mean. So what does that mean? So animals endangered means the animals who are on the verge of being extinct, मतलब उनका जो अपीयरेंस है वो खत्म होता जा रहा है. और ऐसा क्यों होता है, माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स? व्हाई डज दिस happen? That's because those species are unable to adapt to the changing climatic conditions. तो जब animals या birds जो भी कंडीशन, जो भी प्लेस में वो रहते हैं, अगर उस प्लेस में के सीजन के अकॉर्डिंग अगर वो चेंज नहीं कर पाते हैं, देन व्हाट हैपेंस, वो दे आर अनएबल टू ग्रो, मतलब रिप्रोड्यूस नहीं कर पाते हैं. अगर वो रिप्रोड्यूस नहीं करेंगे, मतलब उनके बेबीज नहीं होंगे, तो उनसे जो उनकी फैमिली है वो ग्रो नहीं करेगी. इस वजह से जो वो एनिमल्स हैं, वो जो पर्टिकुलर स्पीशीज़ हैं, वो एक्सटेंट हो जाते हैं, मतलब चले जाते हैं. इसका एग्जाम्पल डायनासोर्स है, माय डियर स्टूडेंट्स. बहुत साल पहले हमने डायनासोर के ऊपर बहुत सारी मूवीज़ भी देखी होगी, जहाँ हमें ये दिखाया जाता है कि देर वर ऐसा था कभी जब डायनासोर्स हमारे अर्थ में रहा करते थे. तो आज टुडे डिस्पाइट अ लॉट ऑफ अडेप्टेशन देयर आर सेवरल एनिमल्स हु आर इन डेंजर, मतलब जो एक्सटेंट होने के, जो डिसअपियर होने के कगार पे हैं. ठीक है. अब एग्जाम्पल क्या है, जैसे कि टाइगर है, ब्लैक राइनो है, ये एनिमल्स जो है ये एंडेंजर्ड एनिमल्स हैं, मतलब वेरी क्लोज टू डिसअपियरिंग है. और इसका कुछ रीज़न जो है वो हम ह्यूमंस भी हैं, चाहे डायरेक्टली हो चाहे इनडायरेक्टली हो. और ऐसा क्यों होता है? बिकॉज हम क्या करते हैं, नाउ वी जनरली पीपल कट डाउन द ट्रीज. जो फॉरेस्ट हैं, जो ट्रीज हैं, जो इनके एनिमल्स के होम रहते हैं, अगर हम उन्हें ही कट डाउन कर देंगे तो जो इन एनिमल्स को चाहिए, फूड है, शेल्टर है, वाटर है, कंफर्टेबल होम है, वो उनको नहीं मिल पाता है. और इसकी वजह से व्हेन दे स्टार्ट मूविंग फ्रॉम डिफरेंट प्लेसेस, डिफरेंट वेदर कंडीशंस, वो वहाँ अडेप्ट नहीं कर पाते हैं, वो वहाँ के सीजन्स को, फूड हैबिट्स को. और इसकी वजह से क्या होता है, जब वो, बिकॉज अडेप्टेशन जैसे मैंने बताया था, ये कोई इमीडिएट प्रोसेस नहीं, ये ग्रेजुअल प्रोसेस है. और ग्रेजुअल प्रोसेस को, कोई भी चीज़ को अडेप्ट करने में समय लगता है, और एनिमल्स को और भी बहुत समय लगता है. तो इसकी वजह से क्या रहता है कि उनका जो फिर रिप्रोडक्शन है, उनका सर्वाइवल रेट है वो कम होता जाता है. यस, we will cover these two topics, adaptation and behavior and animals in danger, in our next video in detail. वीडियो को लाइक किए बिना मत जाइएगा, शेयर जरूर करिएगा. मिलेंगे बहुत जल्द, तब तक के लिए आप सबको मेरा जय श्री श्याम.